Hello everybody and welcome back to some more BD Armory. Today we are taking a look at ASCU drones. That's Air Superiority Combat Unlimited. Obviously those aren't the only things those four letters could stand for. It could be angry caterpillars chasing unicorns. Or you could use it to hugely understate the political situation in Central Europe during the early to mid 20th century with Aryan Superiority Complex Unhelpful. If you've got any more suggestions, I would ask you to put them in the comments. Because moving on. It's sort of a rule set come community kind of thing. The rule set itself is much looser than you'll find in most other BD Armory competitions. So the craft themselves will almost inevitably be drones, and also they're pretty much just raw killing power. I was sent a bunch of these craft, two of which you can see battling it out here. We'll get onto the formal introductions a bit later, but with the suggestion that maybe I might like to run a competition or a tournament with them or something, which I may do at some point in the future, but to start with, I wanted to get my hands dirty. I wanted to see what I could come up with and then see if it could stand up to some of the best in the business. So this is my attempt at an ASCU craft. This is the Vortex at 63 parts and about 5.5 tons. It comes in well under the 100 part and 20 ton limit the ASCU rules normally dictate. It's powered by two of the new Typhoon engines from the more recent versions of BD Armory. Also got twin Vulcan cannons and 10 sidewinders. Yeah, This took me a while to put together. Well, not a while to put together. A while to actually configure and get it performing reasonably. Let's take it off and see what we can do with it. Yeah, don't have a lot of spare time with the little one nowadays. But yeah, I've managed to get it to the point where it's sort of configured and tuned enough that I don't think I'm gonna horribly embarrass myself. I'm saying optimistically. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's a little bit heavy at the moment with all the armament, and there's a couple more tweaks I think I will make just before I put it into battle. But yeah, it's pretty good performer. Let's just see if we can. Yeah, it gets a lot more manoeuvrable once it's shed its missiles, and yeah, there's a couple of problems, like it wouldn't actually fire its missiles for a while, but I worked out what that problem was. So yeah, let's go throw this into some combat and see how it does against the competition. Now, I am reliably informed that the fairest way to fight these craft, the one that makes sure that the best craft wins the most consistently, is to do this as a 3v3 and place the craft as far apart as possible to start with, which is why I'm doing this as a 2v2 with them right next to each other. Because if the best craft on paper wins, then mine won't. It's not just because of that. It's also because I've got to fit 4 of these fights, not just in the video, but also with my sort of recording time constraints at the moment. And these tend to be a little bit quicker. So anyway, let's get on with it. First up, we will be putting the vortices. Let's not start that again. They'll be going up against the AS-63 by GAG-09. An interesting looking craft. Got this funny little elevon on the front, which is an interesting design choice. I kind of like it in a weird kind of way. But anyway, yeah, let's just quickly, I'm just going to check infinite electricity is on, because that can sometimes cause these fights to go awry. And also as a nod to the fact you're supposed to, oh, I've already done that, yes, put the competition start distance up to 10 kilometers. So I will get these in the air and I will see you again in a second. And the competition begins. My vortexes turn around, get their missiles lined up, and fire a quick volley. Or at least this one has. I'm not sure what the other one's doing. Having to brake now because the missiles are coming back the other way. It's interesting, sort of doing them from 10 kilometers. I'm wondering whether or not I should do that with sort of the regular fighter subscriber. The other vortex has a whole slip. Oh, is that coming for this one? No, I think it was going for the other craft, which is taking its sweet time to catch up. This vortex, no fear there. I think, was that a bit of damage? Oh, one of them has been heavily damaged. One of the AS-63s has been very heavily damaged. Let's see if we can find that one. One of them is gone. The other one chasing that lagging vortex there. This is looking like this is going to get a bit interesting. Oh, the frame rate suffering. I think that's probably the amount of countermeasures that are going on here. The other vortex still currently occupied with that now crippled AS-63. I mean, could my craft actually pull this off? Oh, gunfire comes in. It was a joust. The AS-63 comes back around. A little bit wobbly in the turn. Tries to line up a Sidewinder. Doesn't quite manage it. Gaining altitude. Oh, the other AS-63 still taking a beating from that other vortex. Is coming back around. Still trying to... yeah, he's still trying... Oh, God. So there's an audio bug. There's an audio bug with these, with some of these engines, which means we might be having to do the rest of the fight without sound. Okay, that sounds a bit more promising. Yeah, could you stop? Could you stop messing about with that one? If you could hurry up and crash. Yeah, thank you. And now this vortex goes to try and help his wingman. Has a missile incoming. It's kind of brave of the other AS-63 to break off its little jousting with the break off its jousting with the other vortex. Do you have any missiles left? Because that could prove really handy. Nope. Just gonna have to go for guns. The AS-63 could be in a bit of a pickle here. Still determined to fight on. Still ducking and weaving. Oh, takes a tiny bit of damage there. Doesn't look like it was anything serious. Turns about, trying to line up one of my vortexes. As I said, it's a bit of a squirrely craft, and that really doesn't help it. Can my vortexes line up their shot, though? With two of them going at this craft, you'd have thought there was a decent chance. Another smattering. Wasn't quite enough. More guns come in. It's just going to be might well just be a battle of attrition here. But these craft are just insanely manoeuvrable. Even my offering seems to be pulling some pretty serious manoeuvres. No guns away that time. Comes around. Oh! One of my vortexes takes one for the team. And we are victorious. Well, okay, that's one way to end a fight. Yeah, was not expecting that, but I'll take it and we shall move on. So after a genuinely surprise result, let's see how much longer we can keep this craft's run of luck going. I don't think it'll be too long, and it could be brought to a crashing halt by this, the Pegasus E1 by Stardust. A much trimmer-looking craft, a much pointier-looking craft, but can it do the business? Is that a single single Vulcan cannon? No, it's 3 Vulcan cannons and the standard complement of Sidewinders. Okay, let's get this one underway. And the fight begins. These Pegasus, oh, for God's sake. These craft barely at altitude before they have to turn around and start the competition. It seems like their missiles are set up to not fire until they're reasonably close. It can't be too long before my vortexes fire their own missiles, although it doesn't look like they have. Huh. Not sure what happens there. There we go. The Pegasus's missiles not doing any of the business. Oh, but the missiles coming from the vortexes seem to have well, nearly done some damage there. Oh, and seem to have done a lot of damage to that other Pegasus. Reduced it to just a wing strake. What is going on? Did I design a half-decent craft first time? No, that can't be it. Oh, this one has taken some damage. Yeah, that near hit from the missile. Oh, my word. Okay. Oh, that went... Yeah, what's happening? Well, let's see if normality can be restored in our next fight. Next up then, my drone will be going up against the Psy DF-2A Yari Chan by Stormhawk, or I could be an attempt at an alternative spelling of Stormhawk. I'm not entirely sure, but this one comes with 2 GAU-8s and 12 Sidewinder missiles, so interesting to see how effective those are. Let's get this one going. And the third of our competitions starts. Oh, that's a bit loud. Just going to turn that down in my headphones. The Vortexes try to turn around to get a lock on with their missiles. This one can't quite manage it. It's got missiles incoming. Has to try and dodge those. Does manage to get a couple of missiles away though, as has its wingman. Managing to dodge those missiles seems pretty easily. Had a fair amount of missile kills in these fights so far. So yeah, obviously the Sidewinder's not as effective as they have been in previous versions of BD Armory, but still a bit of a threat. This one of the Yari Chans getting up close and personal to the Vortexes, using a singular one of the Saturn engines, which is I don't think I've seen that on any of the drones I've seen so far. I haven't actually played around with this one yet. The first two I have. Oh, that's a launch from close distance. The Vortex managed to get the flares away just in time. I haven't played around with this. Oh, that was close. That was very, very close. Couldn't quite line up the shot though. Really, really sticking to the tail of this Vortex. That was... Oh, I think my Vortexes might be in trouble here. That looked like a good opportunity. So I haven't played about with this one yet. The next one it's a more recent version of one I'm very familiar with, but I have a feeling... Oh, that was that a Vortex getting... I think that was a Vortex getting a hit on the other Yari-chan. Doesn't seem to be any major damage. You can just see a few of the bullet holes that BD Armory applies. Let's go back to this one. It's a Sidewinder. That looks very dangerous. That is one of the Vortexes. Yeah. That's gone. Okay, it's all down to this final Vortex. Gets a couple of missiles away and some gunfire. Oh! That has got to hurt. Yari-chan still in a serviceable state though. This is a hardy little craft. The Vortex now got the attention of this craft's wingman. Gets hit. Gets another hit. Loses engines. More gunfire rains in. This is more the sort of result I was expecting here. And as my Vortex just tumbles lazily to the ground. Are these guys going to come in and try and finish it off? Just kick it while it's down. Well, we got the landing gear out, and you know, any landing the drone core can be salvaged from, I think. Anyway, yes, a deserved victory for the Yari-chans, one of which has taken a heavy amount of damage, but managed to keep flying nonetheless. Let's move on to our final fight. Finally then, my little drones will be going up against the P69GX Slaptor 5. Now the Slaptor 3 was the Fighter Subscriber Season 3 Knockout Champion, so a bit of pedigree behind this craft. It's armed with the single GAU-8 cannon here, and the standard, how many? Oh, that's 12. No, I can't count, that is 10 Sidewinders. Yeah, having basic numeracy problems apparently. Anyway, yeah, this should be interesting. Let's get this one going. So let's see what the Vortexes can do with... Oh my word, the Slaptors are already turned around and firing their missiles. No sign of any reply from the Vortexes so far. Jesus, close to within 6 kilometers already. Yeah, these the Slaptors... Have they already fired off all their missiles? Not quite. Nearly, but not quite. Really are just trying to put the Vortexes onto the ropes here. I don't think they'll have many missiles left. These will need to count, and I think they have done. A heavily damaged Vortex, gunfire coming in. Down to the one engine. Down to nothing at all. Okay, this craft has it all to do and still has a full complement of missiles weighing it down. Okay, this is not looking good. This is not looking good for my craft. Missing a couple of bits already. Missing everything. Okay, I know I said the last fight was more like what I was expecting from these competitions. No, I think that was pretty much what I was expecting from these competitions. So yeah, thank you to Gag09, to Stardust, to Stormhawk, and to Leggedlack for these craft. That will be it for today. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please consider liking, subscribing, maybe even following me on Twitter, perhaps even getting involved with the Discord if you haven't already done any of that. If you do want to support the channel, we have, obviously, there's PayPal links and the Patreon link in the description. I will be back soon with some more BD Armory, including a live stream later tonight if you're watching this as it comes out. Well, fingers crossed there'll be a live stream later tonight. Yeah, for now, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.